There comes a moment in life when the noise around you quiets down. A moment when the conversations fade, the excuses evaporate, and the truth stands there, naked, uncomfortable, undeniable. It's the moment you finally realize that nobody is coming to save you. Not your parents, not your friends, not your partner, not society, not fate, not luck, not some future version of yourself magically appearing to fix everything you've been avoiding. Just you. Only you. It has always been you. And this realization is both terrifying and liberating. Most people resist this truth for years. Some resist it for a lifetime, because accepting it means accepting that the direction of your life is in your hands, that your suffering, your progress, your stagnation, your fulfillment, all of it is influenced more by your decisions than by your circumstances. It's easier to tell yourself that the world is unfair, that the timing is wrong, that you're waiting for clarity, for confidence, for motivation, for some miraculous sign that it's finally your moment. But here's the truth. Waiting is seductive. It keeps you safe. It keeps you comfortable. It keeps you from confronting your potential and your fear of it, because potential is a burden. Unlived potential is a kind of spiritual weight. You feel it every morning when you wake up. You feel it when you lie in bed at night thinking about the person you could be if only you had the courage to start. And the longer you wait, the heavier it becomes. The moment you realize nobody is coming is the moment you start to understand responsibility, not the kind the world teaches you, but the deeper kind. The responsibility of self-creation, of choosing who you want to be, again and again, every single day. Responsibility is not punishment. Responsibility is power. The power to shape your inner world so you can shape the outer one. And when you reclaim that power, something begins to shift. You stop seeking validation and start seeking improvement. You stop waiting for opportunities and start creating them. You stop blaming the past and start building the future. You stop asking why me and start asking why not me. Think about this. Every version of yourself that you dream of becoming, more disciplined, more confident, more grounded, more fulfilled, none of those versions can exist until you stop outsourcing the responsibility for your life. The strongest people you know, the ones who appear fearless, focused, intentional, they were not born that way. They arrived there the moment they accepted full ownership of their pain, their flaws, their habits, their choices. They looked in the mirror and realized that nobody was coming to rewrite their story. Nobody was coming to heal them. Nobody was coming to push them. Nobody was coming to make them believe in themselves. So they became the person they needed. That is, the moment transformation begins. Not when things go well. Not when life becomes easy, but when you decide, deep in your soul, that you are done waiting. You see, most people live their lives like spectators, watching themselves from a distance, watching their dreams drift further away, watching other people become everything they wanted to be. They think their time will come later. They think they'll act when they feel ready. They think life will eventually slow down and make space for them to change. But life doesn't slow down. Life accelerates every year faster, every year louder, every year more demanding. There is no right time. There is only now, and now is a fragile thing. It doesn't ask for your permission. It doesn't wait for your convenience. It doesn't care about your fear. It simply arrives, and then it's gone. When you accept that nobody is coming to save you, you stop living reactively and start living intentionally. You stop being pushed by the past and start being pulled by the vision of who you want to become. And suddenly, discipline no longer feels like punishment. It feels like freedom. Consistency no longer feels like effort. It feels like alignment. Taking responsibility no longer feels heavy. It feels empowering. You realize that you can rebuild your mind. You can rebuild your habits. You can rebuild your identity. You can rebuild your entire life. You are not stuck. You are not defined by anything that has ever happened to you. You are not trapped in the limitations the world placed on you. You are a work in progress, and progress begins the moment you take ownership. Let me tell you something most people never hear. You are more powerful than you think. You are more capable than you allow yourself to believe. You have survived things that would break others. You have grown in ways you never give yourself credit for. You have already overcome challenges that prove you are strong enough to build a life that feels meaningful. But strength means nothing if you refuse to use it. Potential means nothing if you refuse to act on it. Dreams mean nothing if you refuse to chase them. The universe does not hand people the life they want. It hands them the chance to create it. So here is the moment, the real moment, when everything in your life begins to change. It's when you stop asking, "Who will help me?" and start asking, "What can I do next?" It's when you stop praying for easier days and start preparing for stronger ones. It's when you stop waiting for motivation and start relying on discipline. It's when you stop expecting life to be fair and start becoming resilient. It's when you stop hoping someone will give you permission and you start giving it to yourself. That is rebirth. That is the evolution of your identity. Nobody chooses greatness by accident. Nobody becomes exceptional by waiting. Nobody transforms their mind or their life without first accepting full responsibility for both. The moment you realize nobody is coming is the moment you start becoming the person you were supposed to be. And yes, it will be hard. Yes, you will doubt yourself. Yes, you will have days where everything feels heavy and progress feels invisible. But guess what? You'll keep going anyway, because you're no longer relying on someone else to carry you through the storms of your life. You're learning to walk through them yourself. You're learning to trust yourself. You're learning to believe that your future is built, not found. And once you reach that point, once you choose yourself, you become unstoppable. The world will try to convince you that you need saving, that you're lost, that you're broken, that your dreams are too big, that your path is too uncertain, that your voice is too quiet, that your vision is too unrealistic. But here's the truth. The world won't tell you. You don't need saving. You need responsibility. You need clarity. You need a purpose that pulls you forward. You need a commitment to yourself stronger than your excuses. You need to stop waiting for someone to see your potential and start acting like you already know it exists. One day, you will look back at this moment, the moment you realized nobody was coming, and you'll see it for what it really was. The beginning, the turning point, the quiet, powerful shift that changed the trajectory of your entire life. Not because the world changed, but because you did. Because you finally understood that the life you want is not a gift. It is a responsibility only you can fulfill. And the day you embrace that truth, you become the hero of your own story. You become the one who saves you.